Welcome back to our original location. We are now doing the 10th perek of Mishnah Shabbos. Perek Yud Mishnah Aleph. Now, till now we've been discussing the last few parakim, the minimum shiurim that a person would be chayav for hitzah on Shabbos. This Mishnah actually tells us that there is even a situation where a person could carry a smaller amount and still be chayav on Shabbos. So the Mishnah says, Hamatzniya lezera ledugma ulrefuah. If a person stores away a seed for the purpose of planting lezera, or ledugma as a sample, or lerefuah for medical purposes, even though we had a whole list of various minimum shiurim till now, a person would still be chayav for carrying this smaller share for a few seeds, a small amount, a seed, a tiny thing, if he carried them and if he had set them aside for these purposes on Shabbos, and he carries this seed on Shabbos, chayav b'kol shehu, then he's going to be chayav even though the seed is of course tiny. Says the Baratunur, Hamatzniya kodim Shabbos. If someone stored away, set aside, designated this seed for the purposes mentioned, lezera, ledugma, etc., laharos sheyesh lo samamonim v'yiknu mimenu, to show that he's sheyesh lo samamonim, to show people that he has some sort of goods, v'yiknu mimenu, and people will buy from him, so it will be used as a sample. Ulurafua, says the Baratunua, v'shocha, or used for medical purposes, v'shochach b'Shabbos, and he forgot on Shabbos lomo hitzniya. He didn't even remember why I stored away this little seed. V'hitzio stam, and I carried it on Shabbos. Chayav olov b'kol shehu. I'm going to be chayav even though it's a very tiny amount. Why? She'al das harishayno hitzio, because I'm carrying it with the same mindset that I originally stored it away with. V'ha'achshaveh, since I had originally given it this seed importance, either because I was going to use it to the zera, to sow, or ledugma or lerefuah, to use it as a sample or to use it for medical purposes, I have elevated the status of this seed, and therefore carrying even a small amount, I'm going to be chayav on Shabbos, even if at the time when I actually carry on Shabbos, I forget exactly why I set it aside, I'm still going to be chayav, because al das harishayna hitziyo, I'm carrying it with the mindset of how I originally wanted to set it aside for before Shabbos. However, v'chol odom ein chayav olav ela kashiura. Just because I set it aside for specific things, for zera, dugma, or refuah, that doesn't mean that other people are going to be chayav if they carry this small amount. The minimum shiurim that we've mentioned till now will still stand vis-a-vis other people, but for myself, I will be chayav. But I can't impose my own whims and idiosyncrasies on other people. Continues the Mishnah, Choza v'hichnisai. If I then change my mind and I then sort of mavatal, I decide I'm not going to use this for samples or for storage or for refuah or whatever, for sewing, I'm not going to use it for that anymore. I'm bottled the earlier machshava. Then ein chayav ela kashiurai, I revert back to the minimum shiurim that we've spoken about till now, and I'd only be chayav if I carry the small minimum share, and which is much bigger, of course, than the single seed. Says the Baratunura, ela kashiurai shir hamafurish by the share which has been specified for it in the previous Mishnahs. Choza v'echniso zeh shehitzniya pachos mikashir v'hotzio im nimlach bo. If I've changed my mind, shelo lezara v'choza v'echniso, I'm not going to sow these seeds anymore, and then I bring it in, then ein chayav, says the Baratunura, b'hachnosa zu elim kain yesh bo shtiyo shalim, unless I've got the proper share to give the nimlach, so that once I've decided not to use it for these purposes, shelo lezara, not to sow it, for example, but machshavta, my machshava has been annulled, and therefore I take on the state of a normal, regular person, that the regular shear would apply, and not this small shear of this zera. So therefore the Mishnah discusses situations where I could be chayav if I carry an amount even smaller than the shiurim, but once I've retracted that usage, then I go and I join everyone else, and I'm only going to be chayav for the shear mentioned in the previous Mishnahs. That is the end of Perek Yud Mishnah Aleph.